Hi everyone, my name is Suzanne and I'm a Chinese metaphysics master in Hong Kong. As every month, we are looking into the flying stars for the month of October, and this will be the Fire Dog month, the Bing Xu month. It starts on the 8th of October and goes all the way to the 6th of November. And we're going to take a look at what this actually brings in terms of energy within our homes or our offices and how we can make use of this. Now, for those of you who are completely new to feng shui, don't get too confused or scared by this diagram that you see here. All you need to do is stand in the center of your home or your office, take out a compass, and then you just check where's the south, the north, the southeast, the southwest, and so on, and then use the space according to what we're discussing in this video. It's actually very, very simple. All right. Now, let's start, as always, with the sectors that are particularly positive in this month of October. So what springs to mind immediately is this number 9 in the southwest that actually appears together with the number 8 annual star. So the 9 monthly star and the number 8 annual star. So this is a really, really good combination because it shows that all the effort that you're putting in throughout the year, which is signified by the number 8. This is like it usually brings hard work and a lot of effort and maybe even stress and strain, is finally paying off. So there's reason to celebrate and there's reason to expect some rewards, be that financial rewards or recognition for you if you're actually working in the southwest sector. So having your workstation set up in the southwest or working from the southwest is actually really, really beneficial for you. Now, the number 9 monthly star is also generally quite good to just put you in a better mood. So if you've been a little bit depressed because, I mean, the year has been quite a difficult year so far, lots of volatility and maybe not altogether good news all the time. So if you're a little bit down, and you're not quite feeling it, try to spend as much time as you can in the Southwest sector, even if that's just to read a book, watch a movie, or just maybe meditate there, because the energies in the Southwest sectors are such that they just generally lift you up. And if you have your bedroom there, master bedroom, so for couples, this is a very good sector as well because it increases family harmony between a couple, and just generally also intimacy. So this overall is a really, really nice sector. If you have the ability, try to make use of this by either spending more time here or working from here. That would be really, really good. Now, the other sector that I really like is the East sector. So we've got the monthly number 1 here, but then also the annual number 9. So together they form a combination of 10. And combinations of 10 are always good because they bring sort of like um, um, opportunities to collaborate. They bring people together who are like-minded, and sort of everything just starts to fall into place. And so whatever you do in the East sector, whether that's work or maybe studying, it's sort of you have to put in less effort and you're still going to get a good result. Now, the number 1 star is also very good to reach out to people, to talk to people, asking for help, whether that's in your personal life or in your professional life. So overall, this is very good. And it's just generally it's a harmonic combination. So if you've been under a lot of stress lately and you've just maybe gotten into situations where you get into a lot of conflict or arguments, the East sector would be a good sector for you to be in when you try to resolve these conflicts. So, maybe you've had a falling out with your best friend, or, work colleague, then maybe sit in the East sector, pick up the phone, call them, or send an email and just try to resolve conflicts in the East sector. That works really well. And of course, because it is a good sector for collaboration, any important meeting, business meeting, or, anything like that, also do that in the East because that will give you really the best results. Now, you can also use this sector to study. Um, so if there's the Northwest actually is a sector for academic success, but if you cannot use the Northwest sector, the East sector will also bring you similar results. So this is what you can use the East sector for. And then the Northwest, as I mentioned, with the number 4. Now, the number 4 is a star of academic success. It can help you with your research. For children, it's great to do homework in the Northwest sector in the month of October. But then also, if you are single and looking, the number 4 brings peach blossom energies. Yeah. So you can do all your hunting from the Northwest sector. Yeah. Do your scrolling or your swiping in the Northwest sector, or call your crush while you're in the Northwest sector, or send a message while you're there. Whatever it is that you have to do, Northwest sector is great because it makes you more likable. Not to say that you're not likable otherwise, but somehow your charisma is being increased while you're doing all these things in the Northwest sector. So this is generally good. Now, with the number 3 annual star, there is what we call it forms a stick fighting combination. So there may be, between couples, there may be some disagreements, especially if you have your master bedroom there. But I would say the they're not massive disagreements, so don't worry too much about them. Try to just, don't escalate everything. If it's just a small issue, just sometimes it's the best to just walk away and not argue about things, right? So there's a slight risk of disagreement, but that's pretty much it. So overall, these 3 sectors are really, really good in the month of October. Now, let's take a look at the sectors that are maybe not the best sectors, that we don't really like that much. And we'll start with the West sector, which has the number 5 monthly star. And the number 5 star is a star of big volatility, and just, it brings chaos, it brings disagreement, obstacles, hurdles, and whatever. So whatever you're trying to do, if you are doing it in the West sector, so let's say your desk or your workstation is in the West sector, whatever you're trying to do, you're likely going to run into obstacles. And you have to try twice or 3 times until you actually get to a certain point. So there's a lot of instability in whatever you're trying to do. And so that's why I would say don't take any mission critical decisions in the West sector, whether that's for your life or for your company or for your career, for your finances. Definitely don't do any financial planning in the West sector, because you tend to not be seeing the big picture all that clearly. And so you're going to take the wrong decisions that will eventually to maybe, losing money. So avoid this sector if you have to take important decisions, or if you have to convene important meetings. The West sector is really not that great. Rather, if you can, move to the East sector, which is the polar opposite and brings harmony and everything, right? So be a little bit careful. However, for sort of like routine stuff, day-to-day stuff, it's okay. You can use the West. Even if your bedroom is in the West, don't be too scared. It's not that anything negative or bad is going to happen. Just try to avoid doing any sort of renovation work there, repair work, painting a wall, fixing an AC. Like, if it can wait until the next month, really. That would be my advice. So don't upset this sector. Don't be too afraid, but just don't take any super critical, important decisions there. Now, then we have the South sector with the number 7. And so here we have the number 7, which is considered it's called the discord star or the fire hazard star, robbery star. So generally, as the name implies, it's not the most auspicious energy overall, but for metaphysics practitioners or anybody who is in a spiritual profession or sort of works with energy, feng shui masters as well, that's actually a good a good energy. It resonates with these sort of industries. So if that's your profession, you might as well just sit in the south while you're conducting your work. And it's also good for people who need to speak out, learn to speak out. Yeah. So this is for these types of situations, it's a good energy. Now, what makes this a little bit of a tricky sector is that we also have the number 6 here, the annual star. So the 6 and the 7 are both metal stars. And so when they happen upon each other, what we get is a sword fighting combination. And as the name implies, it's infighting, lots of office politics, for example. And it may result in very sort of loud conflict. So, screaming matches and all of that. So if you happen to work in an office and your desk is located in the south, this month you may want to really be careful with getting into arguments with your coworkers or, God forbid, with your superior. Sometimes it's best to just say nothing, retreat, um, sort of like consolidate your power, and then the next month, you are sort of like striking. Yeah, but this month is probably best not to get into an argument. All right. Now that's the south. Then we've got the southeast here with the monthly number 2. And the number 2 star is associated with illness. So it's generally the illness and illness star. However, because we're now in period 9, so this becomes a much, much more auspicious energy. If you are a business owner, or if you are a freelancer, a contractor, a gig worker, you can actually take advantage of this number 2, because this is an energy that helps you with asset acquisition, long-term asset acquisition. So it's not money immediately tomorrow, but long-term asset planning, asset acquisition, and sort of like business development, business strategy. So this is a very good sector. So if you are a business owner and your desk, your workstation is in the southeast, that is actually a good thing. Now, together with the number 1, it also brings an energy that is very good for leadership, as long as it's a structured leadership and leadership that is based on fairness. So don't intimidate your staff. Don't try to lead by intimidation, but rather lead by example and through fair and just decision making. Yeah, this is the number 2 if you are a business owner. Now, in your home, again, if you work from home and you're a business owner, southeast is perfectly safe. Other than that, if you're an employee, you may want to be a little bit careful, or also if you and in your home, if you have someone who is chronically ill or maybe is pregnant in the 3rd trimester, for those people, it's best not to spend that much time in the southeast sector. Try to avoid sleeping there, for example, if possible, and just spend less time in the southeast, because it may lead to complications, or it may lead to situations where an illness that is otherwise fairly easily treatable, or from which you recover fairly quickly, may just take that much longer. Yeah. But again, this is just for 1 month, so don't worry too much about it. But if you are pregnant in your 1st trimester, that's really a case where you should probably avoid sleeping in the southeast or spending too much time in the southeast. Then we have the northeast here with the number 6 monthly star. And this is the number 6 star is an authority star. It's a star that usually helps with status and power, authority, reputation as well. So it's great for those who want to climb the career ladder. But also it makes you a little bit pushy, especially because you've got the number 5 annual star here. So when these two come together, yes, it's a star of power and authority, but it's sort of like you're trying to force your way through things. Yeah. So you try to force your will onto other people. And that's usually not the best way to go about things. Yeah. Especially if you need the support from others. So be a bit careful if you spend a lot of time in the northeast. either sleeping there or working in the Northeast, make sure that you are aware of how you try to get things done this month. Make sure that you listen to other people, take their input, their feedback into account before you just go and do whatever you want, right? You have to make sure that people actually trust you before you do anything. Now, if you are unemployed, if you're working on climbing the career ladder, then the Northeast is a great sector to advance your career goals. Yeah, so brush up your resume, set up calls with headhunters or HR departments, or everything that is related to career advancement is great in the Northeast. And then lastly, here we have the number 8 monthly star in the North. So the number 8 obviously was a very, very auspicious energy in the past 20 years and related to cash flow. Now it still relates to cash flow, but it's just getting slower and more sluggish the longer we are in period 9. However, it is an energy that helps you persevere. So if you need perseverance, if you need to learn consistency, if you need to learn determination, then the North sector is actually a good sector to be in. Yeah, so if you're dealing with, if this month is a month where you have to do a lot of things that you really don't like to do, but you have to do them, then putting yourself in the North will actually give you the discipline to see things through, right? Ideally, just get it done, get things done right at the beginning of the month, yeah, in the first half of October, and then you're free and clear. So this is what the number 8 actually helps you with. It will make you realize that whatever you thought was difficult is actually not that hard. Yeah, so this gives you sort of like the push to see things through. So this is why the North is actually a good sector for these types of problems or situations. All right. So hopefully this helped you guys structure your October a little bit better, knowing where you have to be for certain tasks. Do make sure that you spend time in the Southwest and the East. Yeah, no matter what it is that you're doing, really, really take these 2 sectors into account because they have lovely energies that really help you out and that may make things much, much easier. All right. So hopefully this helps. Let me know how it goes. And if you have any questions, comments, of course, you can contact me. My email address is in the description to the video, or you can just put it in the comment section below. And I'd really hope that I deserve a like, that you subscribe to my channel. I upload 3 times a week and hopefully always with content that is immediately applicable and useful. And yeah, I will see you in my next video. Take care.